will be a multipolar world. The shape is not very clear. But China will be one big pole. Russia will be a pole on itself. Europe will be a kind of a loose pole. India will be a smaller pole. So too Brazil. Of course, America will remain a very big pole. In the multipolar world, the dynamics of politics, of economics, of military affairs is much more complicated. It will be like China during 中秋战国. Many states constantly allying, fighting each other. So this new world we're talking about is not necessarily a peaceful world, but it'll be a multipolar world. It'll be more complicated. When you have two poles, it is more stable. When you have many poles, it's dynamic. And very interesting. And maybe for small countries like Singapore, we may have more room in a multipolar world. But there's no certainty. So BRICS is a necessary counterpoise to the G7. You know, after the global financial crisis, during the global financial crisis, the G7 could not generate sufficient global demand. So Bush Jr. convened the first G20 summit in 2008. In 2009, British Prime Minister Gordon Brown convened the second in London. And the G20 countries coordinated fiscal and monetary policy. And China instituted a 4 trillion renminbi budget. So China helped the world shorten the period of recession during the global financial crisis. It created huge distortions in the Chinese economy. There was one report which said that in 3 years, China poured more concrete in China than America in its entire history. This was how much China was spending. It created demand, which helped the world. Today, if there's a financial crisis, there's no G20 because the G7 doesn't want to deal with Russia. And the G7 is too small to save the world in the global financial crisis. That is why the US knows that it will have to work with China. They may not like it, but there may be no choice. And China should understand this, that you are not asking the US to like you, but you're asking the US to work with you on a reciprocal win-win basis. And BRICS is part of this dynamic.